Hello and welcome. Today guys, I'm reviewing the Duet RTF. This right here is the perfect beginner's RC airplane. If you're looking to start flying outside, at least for me, I have a bunch of RC helicopters and I could not wait to just get my hands on flying a real airplane or airplane, sorry. And I looked on Motion RC and I was able to find this one. Comes in at I believe $6 to $9.99, and as you can see, it's been broken into already. I've been flying this thing for the past month or so, and it's been a joy to fly. I've broken it just about everywhere. Let me get all the stuff out and get this big box off my desk. So bear with me. So here is the beautiful airplane. See if you guys can see it even better that way. And it comes simply with this transmitter here. And the reason why this is a beginner's airplane is because it's only 3 channels. So if you're used to flying a 3-channel helicopter, this should be very easy to fly. And the transmitter, there's nothing complicated about it. You've got your throttle and you've got your directional controls here, and your trim are these buttons here. So, and another cool thing about this airplane is that it comes ready to fly. It's not something you have to put together. It comes with the airplane, the transmitter, and you get one of these batteries here. Now you can buy extra batteries if you want longer flying time. I get approximately, I would say, between 10 and 15 minutes with one fully charged battery. As long as you're not doing anything crazy, you're just flying around, having some fun. And I almost never have it on full throttle. So typically when I fly it, I'm right about halfway here. And that's all you need. And that also because I'm flying it in a very small space. If you have an open field, you know, you can go all out. But again, the airplane is very fun to fly. As you can see, the material here, unlike the helicopters, this is styrofoam, and this is perfect for airplanes because you need air on the wings for this thing to be able to take off. Unlike a helicopter where you have a blade on the top, here you have props. And if you understand aerodynamics, you need air flown over your wings for you to be able to fly. And that's the same concept here. It does have a fixed landing gear, sorry. So you get this fixed landing gear here, and you have a tail wheel also. So this is a tail dragger, if you want to call it that. And the wheels, the landing gear, they're removable. So that's pretty cool. You can always take that out if you need to. And the battery goes in here. As you can see, I put a little tape on mine because I've crashed this thing quite a few times, and sometimes the battery will come off. So the extra tape is there for just, you know, a little extra protective measure. And as you can see, I also put some tape all the way at the top here. Reason being that the first few times that I flew this thing, I crashed it head on. So I decided to just wrap some tape around it to protect the body of the airplane. Now, I've done some damage to this thing, and it still flies like new. Back here, that's chopped off. This wing already came off at some point, as you can see the breakage there, but just some extra glue and it's back to normal. Same on this side. You would not think that this wing broke off already, but it did at one point, and it's been glued back together. So, and that's the cool thing about these RC airplanes. Unlike the helicopters, where if something were to break, which is like a plastic, you know, except you're good with putting plastic together, it's gonna be hard to put together and be able to fly it again. Whereas these, you can break them just about everywhere and be able to put them back together. And you know, as I said before, I've already broken these 2 wings off at some point, and I'm able to glue it back together. Also, if you can see, there's a breakage right here. At one point, this whole thing came off. So I landed the plane so hard that the whole body broke off, and I was able to glue it back together. My point being that if you're a beginner and you need to learn RC airplane, this is the perfect airplane because you can break it, bend it, and still fly it. Just make sure you get you some foam glue, and every time you break it, you're able to just fly. So yeah, and the way this works is, once you connect the battery here to activate and connect the remote control or the transmitter to the airplane, you basically hold this down, this side control here, and then you turn it on while you're holding it down, and you hold it down for probably another 2 or 3 seconds, and you would hear a bleep on the airplane, and you would hear this tail here shake, basically go up and down, and that means it's activated. And in aviation, an airplane, you have your wings, the fuselage here, and this is where you have your rudder and your elevators. So again, as I just described, whenever you connect the transmitter, you would feel the elevator go up and down, and that means it's connected. And then you can turn the transmitter back off and then turn it right back on, and you should be able to fly it. And I'll show you guys that in a minute. So yeah, again, you have your whole back, your stabilizer here, your elevator. So rudder is basically your prop. Your prop is what changes your direction. So if you were to go right, your prop will go in that direction, or the opposite direction, as you would say, because once you go in the opposite direction, the wings drop and you can go left or right. So without further ado, let's take this thing for a flight. Now, to fly it as I described earlier, so let's go ahead and connect the battery so I can show you guys that right now. So to connect the battery, let me take that tape off there. So your battery connector is right here. Once you connect that, the battery housing there, you can close this off. Again, this doesn't come, I just put that there so you can do that on your own. You see some flashing light here. Now, I'll face the tail towards you, towards the camera, so you can see. So as I described earlier, in order to activate and connect to the airplane, you hold this down and then you press on and you hear it. And there you go. Once you hear that movement, you turn it back off and then you turn it back on. Now you test all of your stuff. So let's see. There goes the prop. You see the prop control there. The back here, the elevator, if I go up and down, you can hear it in there, actually. I don't know if you can see the movement, but there you go. So that's your elevator to take off or to land, whichever, to get the nose up or down. So there it is. It's that simple. Again, it's a 3-channel, so you don't have to do too many things. So let's take it for a flight. Got a lot of wind out here. Oh! Whoa. Just let it keep flying. It's handling the wind pretty good. I mean, I'm barely putting any controls in. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, it's stuck. It's stuck.